What's happening, YouTube? Welcome to the Mr. Winslow channel. I am Mr. Winslow, your host, and today we're going to be discussing a topic that has the black community raising more than a few eyebrows. This topic deals with interracial relationships. Where do you draw the line? Now, before we really sink our teeth into this video blog, we must understand that there are certain factors that lean towards interracial relationships. Number one, we must realize that there are more black women than black men in the United States. We must also realize the media and its portrayal of black men and black women in their relationships. And last but not least, we must not only realize that number one and two factors are working against us, but we must also see that we are not the only people who have lived on U.S. soil that have been involved in struggle. Now, before we really sink our teeth into this blog, let me just go on the record as saying that I believe, first and foremost, that love has no color. Real love, as opposed to black love, white love, yellow love, brown love, is what I am after. Real love is going to trump, beat, supersede, whip the living hell out of color-coded loves. Real love, that's what's going to be the mainstay. Real love beats everything else. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way first. Well, since real love is going to put us on the right track, Mr. Winslow, where do you draw the line? What makes you come to that conclusion, Mr. Winslow? I'm glad you asked. I'll tell you. Number one, since there are more black women than black men in the United States, this forces my mind to say, you know what? I am the minority. Yes, I am the minority. There are more women than men worldwide, let alone in the black community. So since that is the case, it is only natural and mathematical that I say and that I realize that I am the minority. This is a very good thing because I am a thoughtful person, I am a mindful person, I am an educated person. Therefore, I am going to want to pair myself up with a person who is thoughtful, who is mindful, who is educated. And since I am the minority, that makes it even better. Number two, since the media paints such a dismal picture of black male and female relationships, and we've seen them all before. We've seen the Leroys who work at the corner of Stand and Lean. We've seen the Shaquitas with the finger snapping, neck rolling, eye cutting type of thing. No, we shouldn't let the media paint us in that type of box. We should not let the media shine that light on us. And furthermore, we shouldn't buy into it. We shouldn't act that role. Black people are some of the most beautiful people on the planet, without question. I'm not saying that they are the only beautiful people on the planet, but I am saying that black people are some of the most beautiful people on this planet, hands down. So we don't need to finger snap. We don't need to work at the corner of Stand and Lean. No, you're not going to see the typical black person doing that. The media paints that picture. We don't. And last but not least, people who have experienced hardships, whether they be economic hardships or whether they be societal hardships, often can identify with people who have experienced the same thing. They have that tie that binds. They have that one thing in common to where both of them can say, you know what, I've experienced this, you've experienced that, we can come together. We can be a couple. That is what draws couples together. It is not the differences within them, no. It is the things that are alike about them, the things that are similar. Those are the things that are going to bind them together. In closing, I would just like to say that I have dated interracially for a number of years and a number of times. I have dated white, black, Hispanic, Asian, And really, there are no major differences when dating these people. No, they still have two arms, they still have one head, they still have one heart. They can still live and breathe and do a lot of the things that you do. Yes, they can still do those things. Now, just because they found love in someone of another color does not make them a sellout. It does not make them someone that you should turn your nose up at. It sure as hell doesn't make them someone that you should just sneer at and give trouble stares to. No. Interracial relationships have been with us since time immemorial. They will continue to be with us, and we must take a very accepting approach to interracial relationships. We should draw the line instead of against interracial relationships, draw a line for interracial relationships. It would be extremely racist of me to say, you know what, I'm a black man and I am only going to seek love in a black woman. If she is not a black woman, then I'm going to say to hell with the rest of them, because I only want a black woman and that's the only woman for me. And if I don't get love in that black woman that I want, no. This has to be one of the most racist connotations in the world. I will not be guilty of that. I do believe that interracial relationships are a good thing. I do believe that if people share real love between each other, that is an even greater thing. Because once again, real love trumps the color-coded loves. With that said, YouTube community, I hope this video blog has helped you. And until next time, God bless.